All right, welcome to the English for Mastery 1 website for Craig High School. This is your teacher, Mr. Strauss. I'm going to give you a brief overview of how this website works and where everything is and all the extra resources that you can use to do better in the class. So first here, you'll see our class name, in case you ever think you're in the wrong class, because you have more than one teacher who uses Moodle. It says English for Mastery 1, Learning to be Successful High School Writers. And then there's a little photo of what I'm sure all of you will look like when you're doing your homework and working on online classes outside of school, at the library, or wherever. Okay, so as we scroll down here, you'll notice a lot of boxes over to the right, but don't worry about that for now. First, I want to show you how to get into content of the class. Okay, so usually on a given week, I will hide a lot of this stuff from you. You'll see there's parts of speech, sentence structure, phrases, clauses, themes, and then the absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian. And you'll also notice that a lot of these do not even have stuff in it yet, and that's because if it is not currently the 2014 to 2015 school year, I do not have this website finished. Anyway, let's say we're in our first week of class and we're going to work on grammar and we're doing parts of speech. You would just click on the link, parts of speech, and then scroll down the page. And the first thing you'll usually want to do in any given week is click on the video. Okay, and then you'll hear my voice teaching you what it is that you need to know for this particular unit or theme or whatever it might be. Okay, and the really nice thing about my voice being on the video and the lesson is that if we get to singular nouns and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I was daydreaming thinking about what I'm going to eat, I need to go back and listen to something again. You can go back as much as you want. Or if I'm taking too long to get through something that you already know, you can skip forward to the practice or whatever it is that you want. There will be times during the videos that I ask you to pause and do some practice on your own. I really encourage you to do that. I know it'll be very tempting because I'm going to give you the answers in the video, but the more practice you can do on your own, the better, even if it is an online class. Okay, the other nice thing about the video is that you can open up the same exact lesson that I'm teaching you. Okay, and then you'll see it downloads down here. And you just click on it, and then it should open relatively quickly. Okay, you'll have to click Enable Editing. Okay, and while the video is going, and you can even hide this if you want by Xing out of it, you can take notes or even play around with it like I do. In the video, you'll notice that I pull this up and put it around here. You can do that too in your own notes. So those of you that hate when I kill all those trees and print off these notes for you, we are going to save forests because you can take your notes on the computer. However, if you are somebody who prefers to take your notes by hand, you can always come up to File, Print, and then for printing pages you don't want of notes, you don't want full page slides, you want to come to 3 slides, and then it'll give you those note bars. Okay, another way to take notes when you're doing it on the computer, though, is come over to the View tab, and then click Notes page. Okay, and that way, while I am presenting to you on the video over here, you can be taking notes over here, such as nouns equal person, place, or whatever it is that you want to remember from the video. And again, pause it as often as you want. Okay, so then you can, of course, file, save as, and put that under your U drive, or your personal flash drive, or your computer at home, whatever works for you. Okay, and then after that, sometimes I'll give you a feedback question like, do you understand noun types? Okay, click answer the questions. All right, and this is just to give me a feel for how you're feeling after your first lesson online. That way I know what it is that we need to do in class the next day. Okay, so if you ever want to get back to the rest of the parts of speech, you don't even have to click back. You can just come to the breadcrumbs here, they're called, and click on parts of speech. Excuse me. And then after the feedback in this, and you'll notice over here that after you watch the video and do the nouns lesson, you can check it off saying that you're done. I'll trust that you're not lying and that you will actually have viewed it. Of course, I will know when it comes to quiz time or homework if you did or not. But then you'll notice on something like the feedback, it has a dotted line, and that's because you need to complete the feedback in order for there to be a check mark. I can click it as often as I want, but there's not going to be a check mark unless I do it. Okay, so then there's almost always going to be an independent practice. And again, we're going to be saving forests here. Those of you that always complain about my paper, because you can download this. Okay, remember you always have to click Enable Editing, and then read the directions. Determine whether each noun is common or proper, and singular, plural, or possessive, yada yada. And so for each one, you would come down here. Cars, I know is common. Okay, you might have to delete some lines so it doesn't screw everything up. I know that it's plural because we're talking about more than one car, and I know that it's concrete. Okay, and then after you complete your, I'm going to get rid of this because it's annoying. After you complete the lesson, the independent practice, you come to Save As, save it to wherever you want. I'm going to save mine under, where did documents go? Under Documents. I'm going to label it Done. Okay, I'm going to click Save. So then each week after you finish an independent practice, there will always be a Please Submit Completed Work to this link. So you click on this, Submit Completed Independent Work. You click Upload a File. Okay, and then the really neat thing here is you will be able to, okay, and I know you won't be able to see it on my screen unfortunately, but you go to the Start menu or your Documents file, and then it will open up. You click on Documents. You don't even have to go to the old Choose a File and Browsing. All you have to do is come down and find where it is. Here is Nouns Type Worksheet. All you have to do is click on it, hold, drag, and drop it right here. And then there it is. And I click Save Changes. The file uploaded successfully. I click Continue. And then there it is. Okay, if you ever think, oh, I screwed up on something, you can always update the file and do that same thing again. So I'm going to go back to the parts of speech again. Okay, so usually on the independent practice, it will be a faded outline like this, but in this particular one, I'm letting you check it on your own. So just to remind yourself that you did finish, then you do that. And then you take a quick noun types quiz. Okay, you just attempt the quiz now. Start attempt. All right, and then choose the 3 categories that music fits into. Be careful, all nouns are capitalized in this quiz. So I would click that music is common, it's singular, and it's abstract. And then I would click next. Okay, and then once you get to the end of the quiz, well, I'm just going to finish attempt. It'll tell me that this answer was saved, but I haven't answered any of these. Obviously, you should never do this, but I'm just going to submit because I want to be done and show you what it does. Okay, so then it lets me know, correct. It is a general type of music. Correct. There is only one music here. Correct. Music is not physical. Okay, it'll always give you prompts on whether you were right or wrong. And then, of course, if I didn't answer questions, it's not going to give me any advice. All right, so that's briefly how each component works of each content week. And then you would just have to click sentence structure, and that would bring you to the next week of notes. Okay, and then I haven't finished everything, so we can't get to the next part. But if we go back to E4M1, which stands for English for Mastery, and let's say we're also working on themes that week, all you have to do is click on the Themes tab. Okay, and then there would be all of your stuff there. All right, and then let me explain the things over here. So upcoming events, if you have any upcoming homework or things that you need to be doing. For example, the feedback on whether you understand nouns or not. This lets you know that that's coming up, and so you can check it off as you go. Okay, I also have an arcade here of games such as Super Grammar Ninja. You can go there and play and practice your abilities with grammar. Okay, this is a game that we will most likely play in class 2. I just want to show you briefly. Okay, and then you just click anywhere on this, and then click again, and then use your arrow keys, jump. Try not to die. Okay, so that's Super Grammar Ninja. And then there's a whole bunch of things, such as figurative language practice, Orpheus the Lyrical, there's Jeopardy games, there's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Okay, also if you're getting stuck on grammar and you really enjoy songs and videos, I made a grammar theater over here. Nouns through subject and predicate are pretty much all Schoolhouse of Rock videos. So you would just click on that and it'll bring you to YouTube. Okay, and then the music will start playing. Some of these are not Schoolhouse of Rock, though. Some of them are put to the tune of Gangnam Style, other raps, Gangster's Paradise. It's just fun little videos and different ways of learning grammar that might be more helpful than my voice and traditional notes. Okay, so that is a brief overview of English for Mastery 1. I hope that you enjoy working online. Thank you.